We are delighted to be with you once again for another episode of Faith at Home.
This week, we are thinking about resilience, the ability to keep going and bounce back whenever we feel knocked down.
It would be great if we never have to deal with life's challenges, but accepting that sometimes things are good and sometimes things are not so good is the first step to building resilience.
As usual, we've gathered a variety of voices to help us think about being able to bounce back and how talking about God might fit into that.
The weekly collective worship videos are a great tool to explore these themes each week, so please do watch them with your household.
Here are some voices from this week's edition.
Resilience to me means to keep trying.
And getting back up when I've been knocked down.
Not letting your difficulties get in your way and fighting for what you want to achieve in life.
Resilience to me means bouncing back as quickly as possible.
Resilience is like being a rubber band, stretchable and flexible when needed, quickly bouncing back to normal.
The main step in becoming resilient is learning to let go mentally. If you learn to let go mentally, it makes it easier to concentrate on the task that has been set.
Resilience means persevering and never giving up.
You may find something tough or someone hurts you, but you don't let that get you down.
Keep on going, always believe in yourself.
I wonder which of these voices stood out for you. Maybe you could ask the younger members of your family what stood out for them and why.
Finding time to bring conversations about God or faith can be as quick and easy as asking questions like these.
And they might even become more regular patterns of including God in the things your family already does.
Victoria Beach brings her 20 years experience of ministry with children to her company, God Venture. We've asked her to share about the regular activities her family used to keep growing together.
Hi, my name's Victoria. My family moved 5 times last year, and the year before that we spent 5 weeks living in a tent. So we've had some pretty major changes to have to deal with, and I really wanted not just to deal with it, but to actually thrive rather than just surviving. And one of the ways we do that is through our rituals and celebrations and feasts. We have things that we do every day, like getting together and reading the Bible, and we have things that we do every week, like our Shabbat meal, where we drink wine and break bread and light candles and welcome the presence of God in our home and take a whole 24 hours to stop and pause and connect with each other and with God. And we celebrate biblical feasts like the Feast of Tabernacles, which we did after 10 weeks of living in a tent. The last day of the 7-day Festival of Tabernacles was the day that we moved out, and so that was a real rejoicing celebration and thanking God for his protection of us during that time. And I can definitely say that those things, doing the same things every week, every month, every year, have really helped us.
What if our resilience rested on a knowing, somewhere deep in our souls, that God is always with us? Emmanuel, God with us.
And not just at Christmas when we sing, O come, Emmanuel, but always and everywhere. God is at work, strengthening us and guiding us, filling us with hope by the work of the Holy Spirit.
Maybe we can help each other to know that God's promises are real for us by remembering that God is with us today and every day. We are caught up in life together and need to remind each other of God's presence through our challenging times.
After Jesus' death, 2 of the disciples tried to leave Jerusalem. On the road to Emmaus, they meet a stranger who responds to their anxiety and sadness by giving them a life-altering explanation of the scriptures from right back the beginning from Moses.
It is only when they break bread together later on that evening that they realize it was Jesus who had been with them all day.
When he was at the table with them, he took bread, blessed and broke it, and gave it to them. Then their eyes were opened, and they recognized him, and he vanished from their sight. They said to each other, "Were not our hearts burning within us while he was talking to us on the road, while he was opening the scriptures to us?"
God can feel present when we share stories like these or share stories from our own experience of faith. All we need to do is pause long enough to notice God in our life and be willing to share that experience with others. Sometimes we do need some questions to get the ball rolling in our conversations about where God is in our everyday.
Who do you think shows resilience?
How do you know that God is with you when you feel down?
Where is the most unusual place you have noticed God?
So, what will it take for you to find those Faith at Home moments which recognize and celebrate the presence of God?
We've been hearing from some families about the choices they have made to help them notice God being with them.
Hello, I'm Eliana and I'm 10 years old.
My name is Micah and I am 8 years old.
Hello, I'm Raphael and I'm 5 years old.
Now we'll be talking about Sabbath. Sabbath is a time for our family when we switch off all screens and we just focus on God and being a family and having family time. It's from Saturday evening to Sunday afternoon. And we start with lighting candles and we get into bed and all read books, and then we at the beginning we also have a Sabbath wish, which could be hope, like a one-word wish, which could be hope or joy or games, and we at the end we say if our hope has been met, and we also end with candles.
It's not the size of the dog in the fight. It's the size of the fight in the dog.
If you'd like to share your story, then please email a short video to faithathome@churchofengland.org.
Remember to film it landscape, and it is sideways like a film screen.
We hope that you feel inspired to take the time and make the choice to notice our God who is with all of us.
May you find the strength to bounce back in the face of life's challenges as you notice God's presence more and more.
And may you find confidence in all that God has promised us as you continue to explore faith at home.
When I'm lonely, lost in a new place, having a party, and making lots of new friends, I'm holding on to your promises. I'm holding on to your promises. Making hard choices. With the flow, you gotta go with the flow. Feeling sick and weary, or bursting with energy to go.